Honorable Minister of State for Civil Aviation, Muralidhar Maholji, Secretary Ministry of Civil Aviation, Samir Sinha ji, Chairman Airports Authority of India, Vipin Kumar ji, Chairman FICCI and MD Airbus India, my dear friend Remi Maillard ji, DG BCAS Rajesh Nirwan ji, DG FICCI Srimati Jyoti ji, and your excellencies, dignitaries, global delegates, representatives from the state, visionaries and friends from aviation and friends from the media, namaste and a warm welcome and good evening to each and every one of you. It is with a deep sense of pride, humility and responsibility that I stand before you today at the curtain raiser of Wings India 2026. This gathering is not merely about announcing an event, it is about declaration of a purpose. It is reaffirmation of India's commitment to not just keep pace with global aviation, but to lead it, shape it, and also define its future. Exactly 12 months ago, I was entrusted with the responsibility of serving India's Civil Aviation Ministry. And this last 1 year, every single day has been driven by a single vision. And that vision is to ensure that aviation in India is not limited to a few, but belongs to each and every Indian. And that the sky is not just a limit, but it is the beginning of many opportunities. And in this journey, I've had the privilege to interact with wide spectrum of people, from the workers at the airport to CEOs of airports, and visiting emerging airstrips and cutting-edge drone labs, and to inaugurating terminals, and to listening to passengers from each and every part of the country. All these experiences have grounded me with one truth, and that is that civil aviation is not just infrastructure, but it is an aspiration. It is a dignity and it is development. And under the visionary leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, aviation in India has become a vehicle of transformation. And he often says, हवाई चप्पल पहनने वाला इंसान हवाई यात्रा का सपना भी नहीं देख सकता था. But now today, that dream is not only visible, but it is real and it is realizable. And in 2014, this number has been widely spoken by the previous speakers, and I've also said it in many instances. In 2014, we had 74 airports, and today the number is 160. And in the next 20 years, we are very much ready to add another 200 airports to our kitty. And in the next 5 years itself, we want to inaugurate 50 new airports in the country. And through UDAN scheme, Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagarik scheme, we have connected more than 1 crore 50 lakh people of this country to the Indian skies. And more than 3 lakh UDAN flights have been operated in this time. And over 700 regional routes have been activated, and 90 plus aerodromes have been made operational. We are witnessing a civil aviation revolution in the country. And in 2014, India recorded over 6 lakh domestic flights annually, and today that number has grown up to 11 lakhs. This means that 60 more flights are being handled every hour as compared to the year 2014. And we are working towards air taxi trials, drone corridors, and a regulatory sandbox to support new age startups. We have introduced true landmark legislations also in the Parliament. The Bharatiya Vayuyan Adhiniyam, which brings India in alignment with the Chicago Convention and ICAO standards, and the Protection of Interests in Aircraft Objects Act 2025, which strengthens India's position in global leasing and aircraft finance. India today is not just flying, my friends, it's soaring. Our aircraft fleet has doubled to 850 aircrafts today, and we have already placed orders of more than 1,700 aircrafts, which is the biggest in the world, aiming for a fleet of 3,500 by the year 2047. Delhi's Indira Gandhi International Airport is now the 9th busiest airport in the world, handling over more than 7.7 crore passengers annually. And our carrier share international outbound traffic has grown from 36% in 2019 to 47% in 2024. Mumbai is now building Navi Mumbai Airport. Delhi is now building Jewar Airport. Chennai is planning Parandur Airport. Bangalore is now proposing its second airport. So all India's major metros are preparing for its second generation of world-class airports. But Wings India is not just about what we have achieved. It is about what we are all going to achieve together. the 2024 edition, which saw 130 exhibitors, 1,500 delegates, 5,000 professionals, and around 101 lakh 20,000 general attendees. This number is a testimony to how important Wings event is for the journey of Indian civil aviation. It tells us how deeply the Indian public is connected with the magic of a flight. And in 2026, we aim to make it bigger and grander. With over 200 exhibitors, delegations from more than 60 countries, and dedicated tracks on MRO, artificial intelligence in aviation, drones, ATC technologies, and advanced air mobility. India's MRO market is also growing at 3 times the global average, yet more than 60% of component, airframe, and engine maintenance is still being done abroad. That is a gold mine of opportunity for domestic and international investors. Our drone ecosystem is booming, with over 11,000 drones being registered annually. And we are poised to become the 3rd largest drone market in the world by the year 2030. And we are hosting the Advanced Air Mobility India Conference also. India's innovation story in aviation is also just beginning. We are leading in sustainable aviation. 80 of our 160 airports are already running on green energy, and India has access to 750 million metric tons of biomass, making us a potential global hub for sustainable aviation fuel manufacturing. And we are targeting SAF blending of 1% in our international flights by 2027, 2% by 2028, and 5% by the year 2030. We are also laying a strong foundation for aircraft component manufacturing in the country. Today, global OEMs like Boeing and Airbus already source around $2 billion worth of components annually from our Indian MSMEs. Our goal is to make that amount $10 billion industry in the coming days, and built on structural parts, avionics, and electronics made here right in India. We believe in inclusive growth, and that including the next generation. At Wings India 2026, we look forward to welcoming students, aviation enthusiasts, and global training institutes to inspire young Indians to dream of careers in aerospace, aviation, and innovation. And in that group, we want to specially promote women in aviation also. India's leadership in global aviation policy is also rising. From our G20 presidency to hosting the Asia Pacific Ministerial Conference, we are driving standards, building capacity, and forging multilateral partnerships with ICAO, FAA, EASA, and many others across the globe. Decarbonization is not just an option for us, it is an imperative. And India is committed to lead this revolution. Let me now speak to the global aviation community who is gathered here. India's message is clear. Our skies are full of opportunity, our policies are stable, and our partnerships are sincere. Come, co-create the future of aviation with us. Wings India 2026 is not just a business platform, it is a collective declaration of our ambition. It is where opportunity meets optimism, and it is where India's aviation destiny takes flight. We are also delighted to launch the Wings India 2026 mobile app for an integrated digital first experience for every participant. Friends, the acronym WINGS itself reflects our mission, where W, wider access, making air travel accessible to all. I, infrastructure growth, expanding airports and helicopters across the country. N, national self-reliance, promoting Make in India for drones, aircraft parts, and MROs. G, global leadership, shaping global aviation policy and partnerships. S, sustainability and innovation, leading in SAF, eVTOLs, and next-gen aviation tech. I see Wings 2026 as more than an event. It is a flight plan, it is a collective launch pad, and it is our invitation to the whole world. And now, with immense pride, I'm honored to officially unveil the theme of Wings India 2026, which is Indian aviation paving the way for future, from designing to deployment, manufacturing to maintenance, inclusivity to innovation, and safety to sustainability. This theme is more than a slogan, it is our sector's mission map. It captures the breadth and depth of India's aviation journey, from indigenous design studios to world-class manufacturing units, from empowering local talent to pioneering future-ready technologies, from making every journey safer and to making every airport greener. It is a bold affirmation that India is ready not just to fly, but to build, maintain, lead, and to inspire. And we invite the global aviation community to partner with us across the full spectrum from vision to velocity. Let me conclude by inviting each one of you, the diplomats, industry leaders, entrepreneurs, young professionals, aviation enthusiasts, to join us at Wings India 2026 in Hyderabad from January 28th to 31st next year. And as you prepare to join us in Hyderabad, I would also like to say that you are arriving in a city that is rich in heritage and as it is in aerospace innovation. I have a very deep connection to Hyderabad, so I had to say 2-3 lines on that city also. From the majestic Charminar of the world-class aerospace parks, Hyderabad stands as a crossroads both between culture and cutting-edge technology. You will be welcomed by the timeless charm of Telugu hospitality and by the unmistakable aroma of our famous Hyderabadi biryani, a dish that speaks the universal language of joy. So, and in the spirit of Atidhi Devo Bhava, we promise you not just comfort but warmth, not just facilities but also memories. So come and join us to experience India at its most innovative, inclusive, and inviting best. And finally, I would also like to express my sincere appreciation to the organizing partners, my team at the Ministry of Civil Aviation, the Airports Authority of India, the FICCI, and whose excellence and dedication have elevated Wings India to a global platform for innovation and opportunity. And we are also deeply thankful to the government of Telangana for their unwavering support in hosting Wings India 2026 at the iconic Begumpet Airport. Indian civil aviation is going to spread its wings once again from 28th to 31st January 2026. This time, the wings are much bigger and much stronger. So let us make it a celebration of not just India's rise, but global aviation's shared future. See you all in Hyderabad. Thank you once again for coming. Jai Hind.